So what roadblocks are there to adopting working equids that are in poor shape in developing countries?
Well, I guess there would be several. First of all, if you want to adopt a donkey or a mule or a horse in one of these countries and bring it to the United States, there are several diseases that the horse would have to test negative for to even come into the United States. So that would be an issue. And we just got done hearing from a lot of experts here at this meeting about all these endemic diseases of working equids in these countries where you might adopt one. And many of these diseases are regulated and tested for by USDA APHIS, and so an animal would have to test negative for these diseases before they could even come into the U.S. And some of these would include equine infectious anemia virus, so the Coggins test for that, and NVSL, that's the national lab in Ames, Iowa, that does all these import tests, would definitely test for EIA, so the animal would have to be negative for that, or you wouldn't be able to bring it into the United States. Dorine is another one. It's caused by a blood parasite that we heard a lot about today, called trypanosoma. Pyroplasmosis is another one that we heard about today that an animal would have to test negative for, so that's another blood parasite. What are some other ones? Glanders is a bacterial disease that we heard about again today. And so animals have to test any donkey, horse, or mule that you would adopt to try to bring in the United States would have to test negative for all four of those. And many of these that you might consider adopting would have a pretty good chance of being infected by one of those agents. So that's definitely a roadblock. And of course that doesn't count in all the other issues with transport from possibly a remote region in a developing country, and how would you get that animal overseas and into the U.S. assuming that it tested negative for all of those things we just talked about.